Okay, let's go over what sold for the first week in January. This is at Glory Bee Resale. My first sale was this vintage lot of 4 1960s Imperial Christmas lights, made in Japan. This was an error in the listing, so the person got all 4 boxes for $22. I can't think of what I paid for them. I think they were $4 a box, so I didn't make very much on this sale. The next thing that I sold on eBay was this vintage silk bomber jacket, and I took a best offer on that of $18. I was happy to get rid of it. I paid, I think, $3.99 for that. And this next thing that sold was this vintage 1958 Tide Pilot for Woods Hole in Nantucket. And that sold for a best offer of $10. These are all plus shipping. I don't include shipping. The next thing that sold was this Dynamite Tastemaker flat floral bed sheet. And this sold for a best offer of $20 plus shipping. The next thing that sold was this Comanche blue 100% silk racerback dress. It sold for full asking price of $35. Also, I sold this vintage Art Deco wood stove topper, cast iron, and I sold that for $139 plus shipping. And I think I bought this for, I believe it was $40. So good profit on that. Next thing that sold was this Cohasset Colonial newspaper, and it sold for a best offer of $10 plus shipping. Next, this Made by Johnny turtleneck sold, and it was an offer of $16. I paid $1 for this. This Icelandic design, I took a best offer of $50 for this sweater. I sold this 1970s wood female statue from the Philippines, and this was for a full price of $199.01 plus shipping. I sold this Spence Peach boho peasant blouse, and I sold that for $29 full price. I sold this long red linen dress, Du Perdue Veste, and that sold for a full asking price of $50. I sold this small vase, which also sold for the full asking price of $20. And the last thing I sold January, this was the last thing I sold on eBay. Now we'll move on to Poshmark. So the first week Oh, sorry, I'm looking on this. I think this was the first item I sold on January 1st was this Desigual sweater for $16. I believe I paid $4.99 for that, so wasn't a great sale, but I've had it forever. The next item I sold on Poshmark was this J. Crew button-down checkered cotton shirt for $12. This Ralph Lauren polo gray sweatshirt sold on the 1st also for $33. This Talbot's tie-side tunic sweater sold for $28. This West Side pullover sweatshirt, I took an offer at $10. I was just happy to see that go. I believe I paid $2 for that. Oh no. Didn't want to do that. I sold this Lucy and Laurel. Also took an offer for $15 for that. Again, just happy to see it go. Had it for a long time without a lot of interest. This Thrasher took an offer of $14 for that. Again, happy to see it go. Not as popular as it used to be, those Thrashers. I wouldn't pick it up again. This vertical girls snow pants sold for $20. I believe I paid $2.50 for those. And now we're into the next week, so we're not even going to go through those. So that's what I sold on eBay and Poshmark last week. I may have sold one or two things on Mercari and Depop, but just a little more of a hassle to go through that right now. So I'm going to stick to just eBay and Poshmark here this week. So my first week in January wasn't bad. I don't have the numbers of what it all equals out, but nothing was that expensive. I think that $200 statue, I know it cost me $20, so that was a good profit on that one. Anyway, I'm just starting out, so I'm going to try again in a few days next week to give you this week's numbers. And maybe a little more. We'll see. Have a good night. Thanks.